And the question is, was that promoter, Live Nation, negligent in the way that it set up the concert or in some way that the concert was executed?
Travis Scott and festival organizers are facing multiple lawsuits from people who survived the deadly crowd surge at a Houston rap concert. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. First at 5:30. All 8 victims who died at the Astroworld Music Fest have been identified. Those victims ranged in age from 14 to 27. Hundreds of people were injured in the chaos that is now a criminal investigation. Concert promoter Live Nation says it's giving police surveillance and other footage, and also said it would leave its equipment in place until investigators finish processing it. Some fans at the Friday night concert said they felt their chests being crushed as the crowd surged toward the stage.
First song, everybody started compressing it together. You couldn't move your elbows. You were just so compressed to a point where it literally stops your breathing. People started panicking. You look to the back, people are yelling, "Help, help, help."
Travis Scott says he will cover the funeral costs for the 8 victims and offered online mental health services to those affected. Fox 4's Sean Rabb takes a look at the legal side of this tragedy. Sean.
And good evening to you, Clarice. Travis Scott's had previous trouble with concerts, and that previous trouble could play very prominently in the lawsuits that will be filed and have been filed behind this past weekend's tragedy in Houston. An attorney that we spoke with says that they will have many lawsuits to face, both the performer and the promoter.
We could certainly see a lawsuit on behalf of every person who died or was injured.
More than a dozen lawsuits already filed in the stampede that crushed and killed 8. Hundreds more injured at rapper Travis Scott's Astroworld festival. Reportedly, 2 people, the executive producer of the concert and festival director, were authorized to stop the concert if necessary. At 9:38 p.m., the promoter was allegedly told to stop the music. That did not happen until some 30 minutes later.
Those people who paid to go to the concert and did not get the full concert experience because of these actions, presumably they could have a class action for the return of their money from this event.
Attorney Krista Castaneda is not involved in the festival fallout, but says there could also be legal action, even from those who didn't suffer physical injury, but psychological harm. Over 500 Houston police officers and 700 plus security guards were working the event. There was a risk assessment plan, but without crowd control considerations.
Really, it's going to come down to the details. That may have been enough, depending on the crowd side. It may not have been enough. It may be that they had allowed too many people up front and they didn't have enough control over that particular part of the venue. And of course, that's where the deaths happened.
Very important.
The Houston police chief acknowledging he saw warning signs before the incident, though not giving specifics. Chief Troy Finner says he met with Travis Scott Friday night briefly and, quote, expressed his concerns regarding public safety. The rapper himself also named in a lawsuit accused of inciting a riot.
The concert continued to go on after people believed it should have been shut down, and that's up to him and his team.
He's faced those allegations before, from a 2017 concert in Arkansas and in 2015 at Lollapalooza, Chicago, arrested after his first song there for disorderly conduct. The Houston hip-hopper at times encourages rowdy concerts. In one song, he raps, "And it ain't a mosh pit if it ain't no injuries."
That would be a really good closing argument for the plaintiff's counsel to use. You know, that he not only knows that this is a possibility, but actually encourages it in his concerts.
And Castaneda says those past incidents with Travis Scott certainly could be used as evidence to determine whether there's a pattern of this kind of activity with him to incite this kind of riotous activity in concerts, and whether he could be held individually liable.